We're a married couple living in Vancouver, Canada, and this is our debt payoff journey. So update on our debt. Last week, we had $24,044.41 of debt. We had our minimum payments for our debt already set aside for this month, and we paid some of them this week. And now we have $23,812.56 remaining. Food-wise, we feel like we're eating really well. Even though it's been a very pasta-heavy week, we've enjoyed it. We've been enjoying the variety and flavor, and it's so nice to have a good amount of fruit and veg available, and to have the option to incorporate some meat into our meals. We also went to my mom's for dinner this past weekend, and it was so good. We brought home lots of leftovers from dinner, and gifts for my grandma. A big can of pasta sauce, 2 cans of condensed mushroom soup, a kabocha squash, 3 carrots, and a dozen large eggs. Thanks, Pawpaw. Also this week, we were given Dutch cheese as a gift from my in-laws. It was really good. Life-wise, we continue to lack sleep and suffer the consequences. We're still working on trying different solutions. Thank you guys for sharing ideas with us. And our landlord says that they're looking into what they can do to soundproof the ceiling in the bedroom, which would be so helpful. The lack of sleep and inability to properly relax before bed has taken a mental toll on us and increased our consumption of food and coffee. We're still grateful that the Lord brought us here. We're learning lots, practicing grace and patience, and growing as people. We're taking it day by day and trusting God's plan for us is good, even when it doesn't feel good sometimes. I know from experience that He is faithful, that He is merciful, and that He is a good, good Father. Budget-wise, this past week we also spent 98 cents from our food budget on 2 cucumbers and $2.60 from our treats fund. We paid $117.06 for fixed services, $4.99 for personal care, and $281 on our debt minimums. We also transferred $10 from our cash budget to our gas budget and spent $40 on gas. I really enjoy having money set aside and planned for everything. There's no longer uncertainty around how much to spend or how much we have, and that's a huge relief. As for our current logging system, the basic make sure to throw all receipts on the desk when arriving home from making a purchase and monitor the accounts has been working so far. I still need to make a more convenient and pleasant system for receipts, so I'll update you guys when I've got that sorted out. Also this week, we won't have an update for what categories we've saved for, as the payment for our work this past week has not yet hit our bank accounts, and I will only account for what's there. However, it's looking good, and this month is looking great. It's not easy, but it's going to be worth it. Before we shop for groceries, let's have a look at what we have. Let's see what's in the fridge. These are the eggs my grandma got us. We still have a dozen. We have some butter. We have half of this yogurt. We have some Dutch cheese, lots of this one, about half of this one. We have some raw potatoes. We have some peanut pasta. We have some boiled potatoes, some gochujang. We have some wild picked berries, salmon berries and huckleberries. We have 2 cucumbers that we got for this week. We have cooked black-eyed peas. And we have some spaghetti with beef. Nothing in our veggie drawer. We froze some. 1 lemon and 1 lime. Okay, we have a little bit of sriracha, a lot of mustard, and about 1/3 of our better than bouillon. We have a bit of flavor in our peanut butter jar. We have this much soy sauce. And we have a bit of milk. We have this little bit of yeast. And we have more in our back stock. See what we have in the freezer. I finally meal prepped a bit. So we have 2 little containers of peanut noodles with veggies. And we have 2 lunches of pesto pasta with beef on top. I think there are some veggies in here as well. We have some rice, some boiled potatoes. Oh yes, some cooked carrots. Our lemon zest. Oh yes, diced jalapenos. Frozen washed spinach. Oh yeah, we have frozen salmon berries. Oh yeah. Frozen huckleberries. More frozen salmon berries. some beef fat, some chicken skin, some chicken fat and jelly, and some frozen applesauce. And then down here, we have some frozen cooked green peas, some frozen cooked black-eyed peas, and rice with peas and veggies. We also have some frozen cocktail tomatoes. We still have some frozen pork, our veggie scraps, our beef bones, frozen bananas, 2 pounds of ground beef, chicken wontons, and cabbage with carrots and jalapenos and onions. We have canned ham, corned beef, fruit cocktail. We have 2 packs of instant noodles and some of just the noodles. We have 1 kabocha squash. We have cornstarch, a lot of yeast that I need to portion out, and I'll freeze some. We have various sugars and 1 whole bag of tapioca flour. We have a bit of unbleached white flour, quite a bit of oats. We have a little bit of lentils, a little bit of chickpeas. We have about 5 pounds of dried pasta. We have a lot of purple popcorn, 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, 1 can of pink salmon, a bit of sugar. We have 2 jars of vanilla, baking soda, baking powder, and 1 tube of concentrated tomato paste. We also have 1 spicy buldak sauce package. We have a bit of vinegar. You might want some more. Some rice vinegar, maybe half the bottle. We have quite a bit of salt. It's gotten a little messy. We have some herbal teas. We have 1/3 of the pack of gum. Almost half a jar of honey. A few peanuts here. We have more in our back stock. We still have some black tea. We don't have that many coffee filters. This would be a lot in the past, but we go through 4 a day now for 2 cups of coffee each. So we're gonna need to stock up on more. And we still have some ginger tea and lots of decaf black tea. Update on the nighty-night tea. We haven't noticed any results. This area isn't organized yet. It just holds some things. So we still have 6 pounds of yellow split peas. Oh wow, that's a lot more than I thought. 4 pounds of green split peas and 2 pounds of whole yellow peas. This is our back stock of peanuts and of rice. Let's have a look at our sheets. Today is Wednesday, and we have a shop this week and a shop next week for this month, and we have $83.18 left for our food and $15.45 for our household. I don't know if you guys notice, or yeah, you guys probably do notice, but I have changed the format a little bit on our sheets. So these numbers are now bold, so hopefully you guys can read them a bit easier. And same with what's left in the category. And pardon me if I am a little bit slow today. I am still a bit underslept. So we're just gonna do our best. Okay, so today we'll be looking for milk and eggs, coffee filters, fruit and veg at Persia Foods, and any good deals from the flyers to come from our sales fund, which I also should have mentioned. We have $35.53 there. We could also get flour today. I think I might want to set up the kitchen properly before we bring it into the house, and that should be coming this coming week. So let's have a look at the flyers. This is the Superstore flyer. Wow, interesting. They're offering a ProScan action camera, 1080p, when you spend $300 or more. It's cool. Put one on me when I'm cooking. Yeah, but we're not going to be spending $300. Hey, let's keep going. Ooh, they're offering 400 grams of cheese for $4.92. Safeway sometimes has it on sale for $4.44. It's not bad. Let's do a comparison. $4.92 divided by 400 times 700. It's a bit cheaper than what they offer for their 700-gram block of no-name cheese, which is now $8.99, or which was $8.99. Who knows what it is now. Ooh, it's a little bit appealing, but we have cheese. Tomatoes on the vine for $1.49 a pound. Interesting. I feel like I'm not going to write it down. It's a pretty good price though, but I don't know if we'll be going to Superstore today. Though we might go to use our points. We did get $30 worth of points for our last order, and we already had 10, so we have $40 worth of points there. And we were considering getting more beef because today's Wednesday, so we can still get last week's deal if we price match again. Oh wow, this Canadian floaty looks cute. Oh my gosh, these look so cute. Why does it look like AI? Yeah, this is probably not what they're gonna look like, but if you guys are looking for some floaties, these are super cute. Who knows about the quality though? Oh wow, there are maple flavored marshmallows. We don't need a lot of marshmallows, but those sound kind of good. They're not going on our list though. They're still offering 3 cucumbers for $2.52. Persia Foods had 3 cucumbers for $2. This is like a pound of ricotta for $5. Potentially normally $7. Yeah, it's not going to be going on our list, but that's kind of interesting. They're going to be offering $4.88 for 450 grams of lean ground pork. This is the pork we saw on sale for $4.50 in the No Frills flyer last week. Not bad for Superstore. I feel like this is a classic type of instant noodles, but we won't be getting more. They have this rice here, Cal Rose rice. Not sure about the brand, but looks good. Guys, let me know. 15 pounds for $15.98. There's also these 2 types of basmati rice, 8 pounds for $8.99. Interesting. Wow, that's it for the Superstore flyer. Next, let's look at the Walmart flyer. Okay, so this is the Walmart flyer offering the mini cucumbers for $1.74 a pound. Well, 1 pound for $1.74. If we didn't know about Persia Foods, we would probably be getting this every week because they're so convenient and they're yummy. Ooh, corn for 62 cents a cob. That seems pretty good. I'm not going to write it down because we likely won't go, but if we see really good things, then I will write it down. They're also offering 400 grams of Armstrong cheese for $4.98. Nice. Purple sweet potato from the USA, $2.47 a pound. It's pretty cool. Probably not this week, but I'm kind of craving some purple sweet potato. Ooh, the Shin ramen noodles are on sale from $10.97 to $7.89. Not very healthy, but very tasty and convenient. Not that affordable either. Need to get away from the instant noodles. Tortilla chips for $3.44. I feel like back in the day, this would have been super appealing. We haven't had these for quite a while. Okay, that's it for the Walmart flyer. Next, let's look at Kin's. So these are the daily specials. Ooh, they're offering 99 cents for red on the vine tomatoes and 2 for $3 blackberries. Okay, so that's from Monday to Thursday. And from Friday, June 19th to Sunday, June 21st, they're offering $1.49 a pound for broccoli and $2.99 for a bag of avocados. Okay, so we'll write this on the list. Tomatoes on the vine, 99 cents per pound. Yeah, so that will come out of our 10 for veg, likely. Next, let's look at No Frills. This is the No Frills flyer. They have pasta, the Ital pasta, but 750 grams. I thought the bags were 900 grams each, so when I did the pantry check, I might have miscalculated. I feel like this is a good price. You would think I would remember it from last week, but I don't. Let's check out our price book. We have not been using this price book perfectly, or even near perfectly by any means, because I just don't have the mental to properly upkeep it, but we're using it a little bit, so that's good. Okay, so this pasta, let's just put this in 750 grams for $1.69. Let's just see what it gives us. Okay, so it is ever so slightly more expensive per weight than the deal that was offered last week, which was 900 grams for $1.97, which works out to 99 cents a pound. And what they're offering here at No Frills is 750 grams for $1.69, which works out to $1.02 per pound. Since it's already in there, might as well add it in. I feel like that's pretty good. If they have the 750 gram bags at Superstore, I think that would be potentially worth it to stock up on. We'll just write it down. In the past, this would have been appealing. $1.75 for Annie's mac and cheese. Because when we first started our budget challenge, we found these to be really convenient to make easy meals and kind of like a comfort food. But now, I don't think we really think it's worth it. They're still offering $1.88 for the coconut milk. We like this coconut milk, but it does have polysorbate 60, which is potentially all right, but be nice to find one without that. That's it for the No Frills flyer. Next, let's look at the Safeway flyer. Ooh, they're offering 12 eggs for $3.79. Kind of want to try this, but it's a little bit expensive, so we'll wait for another time. Interesting. There's a contest if you buy any participating Kruger products. Buy any participating Kruger Products product. Snap a picture of your receipt before August 18th, 2026. Submit your receipt at onlyincanada.ca. Okay, it's kind of appealing. Could win a $10,000 Canadian vacation. Vacation sounds nice. Yeah, I could get some sleep. Okay, let's see what they're offering. I'm assuming that these are products that are participating. You would think that it would say something because this picture is saying that. Let's read the fine print. Okay, so no purchase necessary. That's interesting. Majority residents of Canada, excluding Quebec, for a chance to win one $10,000 Canadian cash grand prize plus one of 92 instant daily prizes, which are worth $25 to $200 Canadian each. To be honest, I don't think we're that into, like entering draws and lotteries and all that, but it's kind of interesting because this is one of our favorite toilet papers anyway. And this is not a bad price for a triple roll. $6.99 for 8 triple rolls. So no, this one's not gonna get our purchase. If anything, with toilet paper, we should do the Royale, which is still, I think, on sale today as of Wednesday because it was in the flyer last week and we are enjoying it. Yeah, that's it for the Safeway flyer. Oh wow, another prize. At lint.ca, there's also no purchase necessary. I'll save that for later. Okay, next let's look at Save on Foods. $1.49 a pound for tomatoes on the vine. Nice. Well, that's it for the Save on Foods flyer. This is the smallest list we've ever made. Let's look at our PC Optimum deals. So we currently have 46,940 points. The egg deal, butter deal. But wait, butter's not in our budget. Or is it? Right, because we could get 2 eggs today, which we have planned. And then we will need 1 less egg next week. And so we could get butter with that egg budget. That sounds good. Okay, so we will write this on the list. We will be getting 2 dozen eggs. Unfortunately, when the video goes up, this deal will no longer be valid. Sorry about that. Also rate $3.99 for no-name butter. Okie dokes. So coffee filters, let's go back to coffee filters. They're $3.79 at Superstore. They're $3.47 for the cone filters at Walmart. I didn't know about that. Thinking of going to Superstore to get more beef. We are doing so much and we're up so much longer. Our bodies require more energy. We are pushing hard. It would be one less stop if we don't go to Walmart. Though we could get peanut butter at Walmart. See how much peanut butter is going for at Superstore. It's like $1 more. What else do they have going on at Superstore? Did I make it clear we are thinking of going back to Superstore today as it's Wednesday to get more of the $5.25 price match from No Frills lean grass-fed ground beef. I think it'll be worth it to try to go to Kin's to get a bunch of tomatoes. And I think that the tomatoes will come out of our sales fund because it's 99 cents a pound. And that'll make it more worth it. We'll freeze some. Or we'll make stuff with it and freeze it. And let's just check because we'll also come to Superstore and that's where we'll get our milk. And potentially pasta. I think maybe I should be more strategic with the sales fund, but we're gonna learn as we go. You know what? There are so many sales that are not included in the flyer. We don't eat KD. Well, we would, but we don't eat it often. It's not something we'll choose except maybe for throwbacks. This is 12 boxes for $9.97. That's great. The pasta's actually just still on sale. Just get the same deals this week. We ate, I think, over 2 pounds of pasta this past week. I'm not saying it's going to be like that every week, but it is convenient to have for those weeks that you want to make like a one-pot meal or you're really craving spaghetti, especially peanut noodles. Okie dokes. We don't need to price match the pasta. We will just go back and get 4 more from our sales fund. We might even get, no, I don't think we could get 8 more. Could we get 8 more? Let's see, 197 times 8, because there's 2 of us, so we could each get 4. That would be, we don't even need to use our sales fund for this because we have points. Yeah, that's great. Sometimes you can wait, or it's an option to wait to use your points when there's a redemption bonus, but we're going to use them to capitalize on sales. Okay, so today we'll just look at milk. 4 liters of whole milk for $6.11 plus 17 cents for the deposit and recycling fee. Then our eggs are covered at Shoppers, so we were planning to spend $36.70 each week, so minus $6.11. And then $2.99 and another $2.99 for 2 dozen eggs, leaving us with $24.61. What we could do is get the butter and just work with 10 for fruit and 10 for veg, because we could bake our bananas, and we probably should. That's a lot of fruit. That's what we're gonna do. So we have, instead of 12 for fruit, 10 for fruit and 10 for veg. Hopefully we don't go over, but if we do go over, then we'll have less next week. I will just show you guys that we're gonna be getting that pasta that we saw earlier, and beef. Last week's flyer is what we will be price matching today. 450 grams of grass-fed lean ground beef for $5.25. So let's plan out how many we're gonna get. So we have $40 worth of points. So we'll just do 197 times 8. That's 1576. So we'll do 40 minus 1576. And then we will get, what if we were to get 5? That would be minus 25. That's another $1. So that would be $2 over. Maybe we don't get the butter. I don't know how often the butter deal comes around. But we also have the household fund that we can move stuff from. So let's just plan it like that. Minus 201. That's with 8 packages of pasta and 5 packages of lean ground beef. Okay, so we will also get 100 number 4 cone coffee filters from our household budget for $3.79. I think I forgot to say it, but we're also looking for hand soap. I think I didn't mention it because it technically is a part of personal hygiene, but I think I've always considered it a part of household. Okay, so for hand soap, really wanted to do some more research before we went into this. Let's see how much we're working with. So we are working from $15.45. We'll take out $3.79. We'll take out another 40 cents for the tax, and then multiply it by 88. So we're taking away 12% of tax. So we have $9.93 to spend on hand soap. This is what we usually get, but we have been finding that it's drying out our hands. It doesn't have to be unscented. Let's just see. Maybe it's nicer if it's scented, but sometimes unscented products are good for the skin. Tried this one before. It was very goopy. We could get this one. This one looks like it's more moisturizing. It's not unscented, but I'm interested. We're not completely out, but we just never want to be completely out before we restock. Okay, so this hopefully more moisturizing hand soap is $8.99 for 1 liter at Superstore. I looked it up on Google and it's $7.96 at Walmart. Okay, I guess we will hold off on the hand soap. We are good for another week. Anyway, that's the plan for this week. And that's that. Let's shop. We went to Shoppers and got 2 dozen large eggs for $2.99 each and 1 pound of butter for $3.99 with the PC Optimum deal for a total of $9.97. At Kin's, we got 8 tomatoes at 99 cents a pound for a total of $2.96. At Persia Foods, we got 4 navel oranges at $1.49 a pound, 3 pink lady apples at $1.99 a pound, 1 bunch of spinach for $1.49, 1 bunch of Italian parsley for 79 cents, 1 head of celery for $2.29, 7 onions at 79 cents a pound, 1 zucchini at $1.99 a pound, 4 medium grapefruits for 99 cents each, and 680 grams of cocktail tomatoes for $2.99, for a total of $21.08. Then at Superstore, we got 5 pounds of grass-fed lean ground beef for $5.25 each, 8 900-gram bags of pasta of various shapes for $1.97 each, 100 number 4 cone coffee filters for $3.79, and 4 liters of whole milk for $6.11. We split the purchase into 2 transactions and price matched the beef to the No Frills flyer. The combined total after redeeming $40 worth of points was $12.54. Let's track our expenses by logging our purchases. Okay, so here we are. Ideally, I would like to track the expenses on the same day because I feel like that's a good habit, but today is the next day. I went through a little slump when we got back from shopping. And I thought I had to take a nap, but I managed to stay awake. Okay, so now we're gonna log what we bought yesterday. Things didn't totally go according to plan, but I will explain that when we get there. So we have food, $6.17. This was for our tomatoes at Kin's, $2.96. Then at Persia Foods, we spent $21.08, which was $1.08 more than what we planned to spend. And then at Superstore, this one is a little bit more complicated because we did 2 purchases because we each bought 4 packs of pasta. In the moment, it was difficult to really choose a strategy on how to check out, but we got it done. So let's see. I'm not going to say this is the best way to do it in terms of how we're going to put it in our sheets, but it's all going to be accounted for, and that's what's important, and we'll double check. With the fatigue, sometimes you make some more mistakes. So the total was originally $40.41, but we spent $30 of points. So our total was $10.41, which we will input in here. On this receipt, we bought milk. So how about we do 10.41 minus 6.11 minus 17 cents for the deposit and recycling fee. So $4.13 will come out of our sales fund, which is different than what we originally planned, but it works. $4.13, meaning that $6.28, which is $6.11 plus the 17 cents of deposit and recycling fee, will come out of our food budget. Okay, next we have another receipt from Superstore. The total was $12.13 before we used $10 of our PC Optimum points. So the total that we paid was $2.13. And this bought pasta and coffee filters. So the $2.13 will come out of the house fund because we bought coffee filters. $2.13. Next, we'll be taking out our eggs and butter, which were $9.97. Okay, so this is everything. Seems that next week we'll have $42.89 to work with for our food and $13.32 for our household. So let's just look at that. $42.89 minus 10 for flour, $32.89. Yes, because we went over a little bit. This would have ideally been 36 something. That's all right. So what we have left for the rest of the month is $42.89 for food, $13.32 for our household, $31.40 to get us through to September in our sales fund. We'll see how we do throughout the months if we want to replenish it, because ultimately it does save us money. We have $0 left for gas. If we really need more gas, we will probably pull it from the rest of Skin and Med, miscellaneous, maybe our fun. And for personal care, we have $7.89. For giving and tithes, we still have $22. For fun, we have $25. For Skin and Med, we have $3.61. And for miscellaneous, we have $1.17. Likely we can't buy much with this, but it might roll over or be transferred to another category. In our move fund, we still have $189.09. In our fixed expenses, we have $33.59. In our fixed services, we have $79.90. In our sinking fund, we still need to put away $157.42. We've paid some of our debt minimums and we still have $160.96 left for that. And the debt off category, we won't be doing that likely till the end of the month. We still have $440 cash, nothing in our subscriptions, and $11.94 for treats. So our total remaining variable budget is $321.31. See you next week for an update.